Welcome to the Fun Zone Recreational Center OMI virtual overview session. This session is to provide you with an overview of a summer program curriculum designed for 4th and 5th grade summer achievement camps created by the Office of Mathematics Improvement. Here is a QR code or link to the resource Padlet. This Padlet holds the various documents of the unit as well as other resources that you may find useful. The outcomes for this video session are to participate in an overview of the Building a Math Community unit and the Fun Zone Recreational Center unit. The Alabama Numeracy Act states that each full support school shall provide the Alabama Mathematics Summer Achievement Program to all students in grades 4 through 5 identified with a mathematics deficiency. It also states that each local education agency shall also provide a summer math camp for students in grades K-5 who are identified with a mathematics deficiency. For students in grades K through 3, the summer mathematics camp shall be embedded into the summer reading camp. And for grades 4 and 5, the mathematics camp must include not less than 40 hours nor more than 70 hours of time spent in mathematics problem solving. Building a Math Community is the prequel to Fun Zone. It is designed to develop a math community that invites students to engage in meaningful mathematics and provides teachers an opportunity to dig deeper into student understanding. We suggest that your students engage in the Building a Math Community prequel unit before starting with the Fun Zone. The Building a Math Community prequel was designed for kindergarten through 5th grade. The estimated times are based on a daily schedule. It uses the engineering design process to begin developing problem-solving skills. It provides time to explore math tools before students engage in the Fun Zone unit. This prequel can be reconfigured any way you would like. It can also be used as standalone activities, or you may even choose to have your school use this for the first 10 days of school for grades kindergarten through 5th grade. The engineering design process is a process used during the Building a Math Community that develops problem solvers. There are 5 components: ask, imagine, plan, create, and improve. Students will work through each part of the process. The purpose of this activity is to build critical thinking, creativity, communication, collaboration, and perseverance in students related to the student mathematical practices and to prepare students to engage in the Fun Zone. As a part of the engineering design process, each student will rate themselves on their collaboration skills using a rubric for self-reflection. Students will engage in the student math practices by learning to give feedback to their peers in a positive way. Building a Math Community introduces Estimysteries and Number Talks or strings, which are 2 of the 4 number sense routines used in Fun Zone. We also have talk moves and number talk hand signals to promote discourse. Splats and Think About It are 2 additional number routines that will be used in the Fun Zone. Having a math deficiency should not preempt students from engaging in cognitively complex tasks. The Building a Math Community follows a progression that moves students from doing mathematics to using mathematics to create. With the right scaffolds, students will develop their mathematical confidence as they move through the progressions. This progression happens in the Fun Zone unit as well. We will now begin our overview of the main event, the Fun Zone Recreational Center unit. This is where students will engage with the math content. Fun Zone is offered in 2 supports. We suggest that the 2 supports happen in separate rooms, as the questions and content can vary. Support A is geared towards 4th and 5th grade students that are performing at a mid-year 2nd grade level to an end-of-year 3rd grade level as determined by your district benchmark or diagnostic assessment. The prerequisites above ensure that the students are ready to engage in and explore the content within the unit. Support B is geared towards students that are performing at or above an end-of-year third grade level. We currently do not have a unit geared towards students that have not met the prerequisites for supports A or B. OMI will create additional units in the future. To summarize the purpose of the two supports, Support A will help students in using properties to build flexible and efficient strategies for multiplication within 100, and Support B will help students apply place value strategies and models to solve multi-digit multiplication and division problems. The structure of the Fun Zone tasks allow for critical thinking, student-led discourse, and problem solving. Each task follows the same structure as students work through the content. I will give you some time to read through the information. There are also strategy sessions. These sessions are designed to give students opportunities to practice the content they have explored throughout the unit. There's a build and budget break, which is a time for students to build models designed in the unit, as well as use a budget to budget their supplies. And finally, there is also a culminating project for students to create their own section of the Fun Zone Recreational Center. The structure of Fun Zone is designed to fit into the schedules outlined in the summer guidance document published by the ALSDE. However, it is not designed to complete one task each day. Some tasks will continue from one day to the next. This will especially be true if you are operating a half-day summer camp. This is a sample schedule with all the Building a Math Community and Fun Zone activities scheduled. If the activity is scheduled for up to 60 minutes, that means it could be slightly less than 60 minutes to better fit into the schedule. These are estimated times and may take more or less time depending on the students. This schedule is based on a 70-hour full-day math camp, so adjustments will need to be made if you are operating on less hours. If you are operating a half-day 70-hour camp, the activities will need to be spread out over more days, but you should still be able to fit it all in. This schedule, along with the other schedules seen on the previous slide, can be found on the Padlet given at the beginning of this presentation. On the next few slides, we will preview what the unit looks like. This unit is introduced with the teachers saying they saw this news clip on the news.
Welcome to OMI News. Today I'm sitting here with a child named Avery Jones. Avery Jones is a child that had a dream and is placing it into action. We have a new attraction coming to our town called Fun Zone Recreational Center. Can you tell us how you came up with the idea for the Fun Zone Recreational Center?
Yeah, so I was at a shopping center, and so we were just shopping for clothing, like going shop after shop after shop. And I was just wondering, what if they had fun attractions?
So what kind of fun attractions were you daydreaming about?
I was daydreaming about sports, laser tag, and bowling, because I love bowling, and probably an arcade.
So I've heard that this is basically a shopping center, but instead of clothing stores, we will have building after building of fun activities to do. Is this right?
Yes.
I've heard you're looking for a team to help you with the next step in the process. Can you tell us about what the next step is?
The next step is to make a 3D model of it for a blueprint. So I need to find a team with a big imagination.
Okay, and I've heard you're looking for kids to join your team.
Yes, I'm looking for kids with a very creative mind.
So how would a child go about, if they are interested, how would a child go about applying for this team?
You just have to have a big imagination and boom, there you go.
So if you're interested in joining this team, be on the lookout for an article from our local news. It will have details about how you can apply for this position.
This is the article that was mentioned in the news report that students will read that creates a real-world connection to math. The teacher will let the students know that she has contacted Avery Jones to let him know that the students attending math camp will make great members of his model building team. After the students are hired, they will receive their first video message from Avery Jones. There is a video from Avery to introduce each task.
Welcome to the model team. Your first task is to figure out the budget for the model. I could just tell you, but I love to have fun. So I'll give you one clue, and to get the next clue, you have to get the first clue right. And I'll give you some materials to figure it out. Good luck and have fun!
As Avery asked in the video, the students will participate in an activity where they will need to follow clues to figure out the budget they will have for building the Fun Zone models. After the students figure out the budget, the teacher will then lead the group in a class discussion. After most tasks, there is a student-led showcase in which students will share their various strategies, and the teacher will sequence these strategies in a way that helps them reach the learning target. After the teacher and the students discuss the strategies in the Mirror This task, the teacher will guide the students in direct and explicit instruction. The teacher will teach directly to the content-specific learning target during this time. The point brought out in the Mirror This task is doubles. The teacher will teach a mini lesson on doubles while students make notes on their project manual that they will receive from Avery. We also provide a resource video to help teachers when planning this lesson. Following the direct instructions, time for a math workshop. Within Math Workshop, the teachers will lead a small group while other students are going through the application rotation where they apply their understanding to a higher level problem, engage with the content through a math game, and practice newly learned content independently through an independent practice time. After the math workshop, the teacher will follow up with a formative assessment. This is a quick assessment that teachers can use to see the state of their class on the learning target. These are designed for the teacher to quickly look through them to gauge the understanding of the class. After the formative assessment, the students will go into intervention and enrichment. This is the time for Tier 2 instruction. The teacher can form groups based on the results of the formative assessment, or form groups based on the math deficiencies students show on the end of the year benchmark assessment. The teacher can refer to the school's chosen curriculum for intervention resources. As a district, it is important that if you choose to use this unit, that you provide time for teacher training and planning, that you print these materials for classroom teachers, and that you secure the suggested materials for the problem-solving unit listed in the preview in the guidance document. The OMI regional coordinators are offering teacher training for this unit. This training does not cost money other than the money that it will take to provide subs for your teachers. If you are interested in receiving direct training from OMI, you can contact your regional coordinator found on this list. I will leave this list up so that you have a moment to write down the contact information. We appreciate your interest in the Fun Zone Recreational Center Summer Camp Unit. If you have any questions, feel free to contact any of us on this list and we will be happy to respond to you promptly.